whose services to Hindi is undisputed and well recognized. And as a member of film fraternity, do you feel you have a responsibility to preserve the purity of Hindi as a language?
Well, we try very hard. I have to admit that with time and with age and with each new generation, some amount of pollution does take place. We're very happy about the basic concept of the Hindi film industry. I do believe that Indian cinema is a great integrator within our country, a country which is diverse and which has so many different languages and castes and creeds and so many beliefs. But I do believe that Hindi cinema or cinema in India, is one entity which really brings everybody together. When we sit inside a dark hall of the cinema, we never want to know who the person sitting next to us is, whether he's a Hindu or a Muslim or a Sikh or a Christian. When we stand in line to buy tickets to go to the movies, we never question who is in front of us. Yet we all sit in the same theater and we laugh at the same jokes, we cry at the same emotions, we sing the same songs, and we clap at anything dramatic that happens on the screen. I think that Indian cinema has respected our culture, our ethos and our tradition, and it is one entity, perhaps the only entity left now in the country, which truly integrates the whole country.
You are the doyen of Hindi films. Right now, the current wave is to make Hindi the official language in the United Nations. How can you contribute in this regard through your celebrity caliber and status and mobilize the public?
Well, I'm not into politics, and I think that this is a job that is far beyond my reach. I will honor and accept this proposal and strongly back it because I'm an Indian and I feel that our national language should become a language at the United Nations. So yes, I support it, and if there's anything that we as artists can do to propagate this, I'll be very happy to do that.
You've been to New York many times. It's by Anoli Patel. You've been to New York many times. How would you describe the audience here? I'm sorry. You've been to New York many times. How would you describe the audience here?
How do I describe the audience? They've always been the same and very loving and caring on all my visits. I hope that they are equally loving and caring tomorrow when we meet at the
Alicia, do you think anytime in the next future or near future that Bollywood actors will cross over into mainstream Hollywood?
Firstly, I don't like the word Bollywood. I think it's very demeaning to our Hindi film industry. I've always strongly opposed it because I think that it actually it's almost sounds like an abuse every time it's used. I also don't like the idea of devising a word which is basically ours and wanting to compare it to something in the West. The West has many strong points and has been always several steps ahead of us. But there is this constant talk, as you put in the question, when is Indian cinema going to cross over into Hollywood cinema, as though Hollywood was somewhat bigger and better than the Indian cinema. There is this general tendency amongst Indians that we always want to compare ourselves, yes, with other things in the world, but we always put the other world ahead of us. I don't see any reason why we should do that. I think that the Indian cinema and India itself has a lot of qualities which are comparable to the very best in the world. I would rather that want to find out today when is Hollywood wanting to come to India rather than the other way around.